Hey, you guys, welcome back to our next word study. We're going to stay with homophones for now. I think they're fun to just go over. Sometimes we think we're using words correctly, and then we find out we are absolutely not. In the case of this last group of homophones that we spoke about last time. First of all, let's take a look at that word homophones. I'm not going to get any random phone calls today, but wanted to remind you that homophone is homo meaning same, phone meaning sound. And so these words sound the same, and yet they all have different meanings, as in there, and there. And very quickly, just to review them, because they're so important, and they are the most commonly misused homophone. THERE, we had talked about allowing this R to remind you it is a directional word. It also has the word here in it to remind you as well. Our next word was THEIR. I wanted to remind you or give you a little help. When you see that I, you think of many eyes. And what do those eyes do? They own something. For instance, they all own a home. It is their home. Or they all own a pet. It is their pet. So again, that I to alert you to ownership. The last one, THEYRE, is a contraction, and a contraction is made up of two words, they are. But in a contraction, you do not keep all of the letters as in a compound word. Here we took out the A, and so we have the apostrophe representing the letters that we took out. And very easily with there, you must be able to actually put back in they are into your sentence when you're writing to make sure that you've used the correct there. And so enough of the there, and there's. Today we're going to talk about another word that is used very often at school, but when actually put into writing, it's not spelled correctly. Let's take a look at this culprit homophone. It is the word. Yes, you are correct. It is the word board. I'm going to grab a different color. It is the word bored, and many of you have said this day after day, sadly, but I get it. Sometimes while we're learning, we are bored. What does bored mean? It means we are uninterested. We are uninterested. And again, during learning, this happens quite often. So the word bored, if we were to use it in a sentence, would look like this. I was bored during science today. Notice I used B-O-R-E-D because B-O-R-E-D is the word bored, meaning uninterested. Okay, let's look at the other brother of bored, or the homophone, and that is B-O-A-R-D. Now this board means a hard flat surface, like the whiteboard that I'm writing on, or perhaps something made of wood. Whatever it is, it's something hard, and it is referred to as a board. Let's put it in a sentence. The teacher wrote on the board. And there we have it, a flat surface, and in this case, not made out of wood. Again, a homophone is a word that sounds the same, but they mean something totally different. Bored, B-O-R-E-D, and board, B-O-A-R-D. Okay, we are going to move on. The next homophone I want to look at today is the word allowed, because I know a lot of students use this word because they like to be allowed to do certain activities or to be able to travel through the hallways. So let's take a look at that word. Allowed. A-L-L-O-W-E-D. Does this word mean She spoke aloud to everybody so everybody could hear her. No, it doesn't. This is actually a word meaning permission. Yes, you are allowed to go to the library now. Yes, you may use the restroom now. You are allowed. And so this word, when we put it in a sentence, is going to indicate permission. Let's use it. I was allowed to leave. I was given permission to leave. Now let's look at the homophone, the other brother of allowed. And this one is allowed. Allowed. See the word loud? That means you may hear what is being spoken. And so as we look at the word allowed, I wrote down a nice sentence for us. And so I will write it. She read the words aloud. So we could all hear. She read the words aloud so we could all hear. Now, again, homophones. They sound the same, but they are spelled differently and they are used differently in sentences. Today we talked about the word bored. Just not interested. I get it. B-O-R-E-D. The homophone for board is B-O-A-R-D, board. It also sounds the same, but this board is a hard, flat surface. And in this case, we actually talked about writing on a board, the whiteboard. Our other homophones we looked at is the word allowed and the word allowed. Again, they sound the same, but notice they are spelled very differently. I was allowed to leave. That allowed gives one permission. This allowed is to be spoken out loud so others can hear. She read the words aloud so we could all hear. Again, just fun to be together, fun to think about these words that sound exactly the same, yet mean something entirely different. But we find that with our English language, don't we? Just so many sounds and so many words and different spellings. And so that's what makes it fun, just to sit down and study just a little piece of our language. At any rate, we'll continue on. Don't forget to join me to finish sand art. I'll be doing that next, so stay tuned. Have a great